Head to the sky, youngins but we focus, working out and coping, bidding always joking, eyes on the prize, commissary bloated, doing all our homework, gates about to open, came out on the same thing, had to get it back.
If him and Ill Will was a 3-round battle, he would have benefited more from that too. I feel like anybody, if you take a big name, you're always going to benefit if you actually do a full length battle as opposed to a 1-rounder. That's just my opinion, though.
And I want to add my big thing for Ward, just the way that I look at it as a whole, because I know this topic is big in the community, is that any of the top tiers that we named, I believe we said Av, JC, Surf earlier, Easy, any of them, going into the battle, Ward's got a chance at any of the battles. I'm not going into any battle and being like, yeah, Ward is just going to get 30'd, murdered. And a lot of these battles like Av, JC, I would have Ward winning going in, to be honest with you. So I know that there's a lot of perception on what stage is it on, this and that, but he's had a very good track record against top tiers. He's battled quite a few top tiers, not like the guy's only battled Diddy and a couple other people. And he has that, and then some of these other guys I don't think live up to the name of an Ill Will on an RB max out, Geechi, Gotti, Rum Nitty. So to me, he's just so competitive. I'm past the convo with that. I just think that
and
he
to back you up on that, because some people were saying like, what about big like cards that we should put A-Ward on? Max Out might have been the biggest card this year to come clean, or the Max Out with Cassidy and Hitman, just because of the promo alone. That was a really big event. Like, you had a lot of pressure that event because a lot of people watched it, even people that didn't watch RBE.
You said it this year?
For him to do that good, hey, that's a big thing in my opinion. You can't really say Ward can't do big events.
I'm gonna keep it a buck though. I do want to see that. I want to see that rebuttal battle with DNA and A-Ward. That shit would be fire.
Yeah, DNA took A-Ward like 2017, right before like A-Ward figured it out. So that would be interesting to see how the battle would look now.
That's still a good battle.
DNA would punish A-Ward. I'm sorry, y'all. DNA would punish him.
I don't know about that one.
I also don't know.
I have DNA winning in their original battle, but A-Ward's come an extremely, extremely long way since then, too. I can't see him getting 30 by DNA or anything like that. That sounds like a lot.
Hey, not trying to backtrack. Let me ask y'all one question I was going to ask y'all earlier.
Talk to me.
I really think the only person that can beat DNA in these, like, fan favorite poster boy battle rap joints, man, somebody got to let Clips get a hold of him. I feel like if Clips went against him for BET, it would have been a way harder fight.
Oh, yeah, that's different. That's different.
They never going to battle.
K-Shine wrote for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, for a battle rap fan. Whereas DNA wrote for a room full of celebrities.
L Will can beat DNA up there.
Man, I just want Clips to get a hold of him.
L Will already died versus DNA, too. Remember that, buddy?
Yeah, he did. You think he would die again?
Ain't nobody beating DNA if they don't go the route of pleasing the crowd. DNA's always going to win.
I think him and Clips would be interesting. You know what I'm saying? And I think they would be willing to do it, seeing as though they already kind of battled on KOTD in like the basement or whatever. It was for fun. It was like a freestyle type thing. I wouldn't be surprised if like him and Clips chopped it up and were like, hey, this is BET thing, and let's just go up there and give them a show. So I actually think that would actually be a dope thing if they actually did do that. It'd be a good one, I tell you.
DNA loads that gun up with about 16 current event bars, 2 deaths, and a movie, and anybody in trouble, except for Clips, in my opinion. Just
because Clips do the same thing.
Oh yeah, Clips ain't afraid to do it.
They A and B.
A lot of people don't want to look cheesy, man. That's for $25K.
That's a fact. I'm winning that money. I don't care what nobody says that.
You know what can make it make that? L will make it happen up there. I'm telling y'all right now.
You know what could make that? If that happens, I don't think it would happen. But you know what would make that battle just dangerous? Charlie Clips, if he was in that BET environment, Charlie Clips would have did what DNA used to do back in the day. Charlie Clips would have got one of them rappers or something and have him part of the battle. Freestyle over that. So.
Yeah, Clips would have freestyled
that's in 90 seconds. That's cheating.
Yeah, so that would.
And Clips would have a slight advantage because he's on like Wildin' Out and stuff, and like he already has like a back end too. So thinking about it now, that would be interesting.
Yeah. So speaking of Clips, let's move into this real fast for the next process in 2K rating. Do we want to go with Clips? I'm gonna put up a poll in the champion gold, but like, do we want to go with Clips?
I would love to go with Clips. I know a lot of us said Clips last time, so I think it's good for scaling. If we're gonna do the ratings, like as we get into guys who legacy wise is a little bit under, I think having like a Clips, a Holla, maybe one more big one like a Rock, just it makes it a little easier to organize from there. We're like, all right, this is kind of like the top, you know what I'm saying, and then we can file down. That's just my look on it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anybody else?
Clips of Rock, to be honest.
All right.
Facts. We got to set a standard for everybody else to kind of go off of. I agree with them.
All right. Say look, I think again the
Clips
next.
of Rock, I go Rock.
And we have Pat Stay as well, but I think that's just unfortunate time to do that. And it did, at this point too, like the way we feeling, he gonna be 99 and everything. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, sucker free boss, man. But it's like to do that name right now is kind of, I don't know.
I'm gonna be biased as hell. No doubt.
Yeah, me too. He get 99 everything, man. It's just like that's how life goes, man. Like
that might be better for a magnum opus at the moment.
Yeah. On top of it, I'm still donating, man. Again, I said what I said. The video that we did for Pat Stay's tribute on YouTube paid out, and I forward that straight to GoFundMe. So yeah, if I do a magnum opus on Pat Stay and that makes any type of bread, I will give that to GoFundMe, wherever they want the money to be at. So again, shout out to Pat Stay. Whenever you see Pat Stay naming the title, he's getting paid off that video that I do. But it's
the motherfucking
yeah. Rest. Long live Pat Stay, man. Long live Pat Stay. But let's move on too. So we got
live sucker free boss.
We got this leaderboard.
That's good shit, Black man. We expected that type of thing from you.
Appreciate that.
Just one more before we go into the next one.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just a white dude that ain't afraid to clap back. I went crazy in the crowd when he did that. But rest in peace, man, Pat Stay, man.
Yeah. Call it decrypted.
The GOAT, bro. The GOAT.
That shit might be one of the hottest things I've ever heard. No cap. Like no cap.
No cap. I thought about making the app and giving the money to his family.
If doing crack is like this, I think that's something you need to look into.
He was polishing up.
Yeah.
Hold on, we gotta get to this battle too. Geechi Gotti versus Disaster.
Oh. Hey yo, real quick, Black. Let me just jump in real quick. So we were talking about the battle of the year, and then we started talking about A-Ward extensively. As far as my opinion, it's still debatable to me. I need to watch it again. I would probably edge Nitty off of what I remember, but I still would say just it's debatable. I'm not really ready to stamp Nitty as a winner. As far as performances of the year, I wouldn't say that Rock versus Danny is a battle of the year, but I would definitely say that Danny's performance, all 3 rounds in that battle, should be considered for performance of the year. Also, as a battle of the year, let's go top 5. I want to just throw J400 versus Danny in there.
Shout out to
J400. That could be considered as far as a back and forth. It's just my personal opinion. And I think we all pretty much are unanimous on Clips. I think Clips is definitely the guy we should go with next on the 2K rating. And I would actually suggest Conceited next after that, but I know a lot of people could suggest the Rock next after that. And so we can move on to the next thing. I just wanted to put that out there before we jumped into Geechi versus Disaster.
Oh, let's get it. Appreciate that. Geechi versus Disaster.
I'll go ahead and start because I'll be short and sweet. I got Geechi in a clear win. I really think that this is Geechi at his absolute best. I think Geechi just. The thing I really respect about Geechi is not afraid to change his approach to battles. He's like, if you guys like, and I'm sure we all do, but you know, when you really watch Geechi, he has sections of his career where he really focuses on one particular aspect and uses it to win battles or to attack his opponent. So sometimes it's it's the classic Geechi third round. Sometimes it's being disrespectful. Sometimes it's Geechi's focusing on punching and barring. Sometimes it's Geechi's really focusing on the big stage and his performance.
Rebuttals.
Rebuttals. He's gotten to his rebuttal bag. Facts. Like Geechi is. I don't think people give Geechi enough credit about how well-rounded he is. Geechi can do it all, man. Like Geechi really is one of those guys who, when people say this guy can do anything, like he actually can. He's a phenomenal writer. He can rebuttal. He can get personal. He can disrespect. He can perform. Like Geechi really up there. So Disaster coming in, I was really looking at Disaster. I was saying, okay, Disaster is a little bit more, maybe I don't want to say one-dimensional because he's clearly not, but he has a very seasoned and very direct form of how he wins battles, and obviously it works for him. I thought Disaster did very well. I just think overall Geechi had more quotables in the battle. Geechi had landed more throughout the course of the battle. I really liked a couple of the angles that Geechi was taking, talking about two Disasters specifically. Some of these, like, you weren't really out there in the field angles, but from Geechi's perspective, both of them being on the West Coast, I thought really paid dividends. And I just think that overall, I got Geechi winning every round. So like, and I don't think Disaster did a bad job. I think actually Disaster had some of the best pockets he's had in some of his last several battles. But I do think that Geechi, this was kind of a statement. You could tell it was very, very important to him to win this battle because in a lot of ways, at least to me, it seemed like a very changing of the guard type battle between the old West Coast and the new West Coast, because Disaster was seen as kind of the West Coast guy, and Geechi kind of took that mantle and ran with it and kind of, brought it into the modern era of battle raps. So I do think, I think the second round is closer than most, but I still have Geechi all three, and I'm pretty confident saying that.
You're right, bro.
Me personally, man, this is one of my favorite battles of this year. I think it should be in the top 5, least top 5 in battle of the year.
Top 5?
Personally, me personally, I think that should be top 5, and I think KD and Wise need to be in the top 5 of battle of the year. But that's a whole other bag. But the Geechi Gotti and Disaster battle, I enjoyed this battle a lot. Like, this was the battle that, when we go to battles, we want to know the gritty stuff. We want to know the BTS, the behind the scenes, how people really feel about certain situations. This was the battle. Disaster second round, Disaster was good all 3 rounds. His second round really stood out to me. How he kind of, as I recall, he was taking an angle. He was kind of breaking down Geechi. He was like the Drake line, like you with Drake, and then you run into the New York and all like
actuals.
Yeah, Disaster. If I think Disaster did a very good job breaking down and talking to Geechi in that second round. Don't get it twisted. I have Geechi Gotti winning the battle, but when it came down to that third round, me personally, I think Geechi third round was better than Mike P shit. Just me personally, just a little edge. Just what I like. You know what I'm saying? Because that third round, you just grind it with cheese. What? He did
the KOTD, but less organic.
Yeah, less organic. Like Geechi Gotti. This was the battle that we got the messy stuff, the messy, gritty. Like, because before the battle, I was looking forward to like, oh man, old West Coast versus new West Coast. Oh, it's gonna be I'm expecting the talk to be different, as say some stuff that we don't really know about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because they more closer. Like, we never really got the backstory of them two. Like, they wasn't really beefing, but it's a little tension because it's like old versus new. But it was I enjoyed that battle a lot. But to make a shorter sweep, I gave it to Geechi Gotti 2-1. The first and the third.
I remember before that battle happened, the third round. I mean, when it was an unlimited third round, I was like, well, Disaster gonna win that one. So I'm gonna give Geechi
I said the
first and
same
second.
thing.
And then I was like, yeah, Disaster gonna win that third easy, and I'm gonna give Geechi the first and the second. This was my prediction going into the battle. It didn't turn out quite that way. Disaster had a disaster third round, not a bad round, but Disaster had a regular what he do unlimited round.
Fire.
Right, he did his thing in that third round, but Geechi just was different that third round. Like, whoa, I ain't know you could go there, bro. I mean, I knew you could go there. I mean, I knew he could go there, but he just went there totally different. Didn't expect that, and he kind of gave him all 3 rounds. That second was I edged him in that one, but yeah, that was my opinion on that battle.
What made that third round so crazy? What's the name they're making? No, I can't think of him right now because I'm getting a brain fart. But he was like, I thought we was friends.
Active?
No, not active. Not active. Oh, even that angle. Oh, with the active. Oh, it was just
talking about Lush?
politics.
Lush?
Oh, yeah, it was Lush one. When Lush was at the end of it, he was kind of like, I thought we was friends, Geechi.
Oh yeah, because Geechi, it just.
I told my homeboys when I watched the battle, I was like, this might be the nicest gentleman 30 I've ever seen. Like, it's a 30 for sure to me, but it's an edge. But with Geechi, I explained like with Diz teach you how to go outside, kill the animal, skin it, cook it, season it. Man, with Geechi, it's just like Uber Eats. Here you go. It's exactly what I'm trying to tell you, etc. So with Diz, 3 rounds of Diz and 3 rounds of Geechi, if Diz can't out-bully a nigga and he can't out-bar him, in my sense, it's going to be kind of hard for him to win some of the rounds. Because Geechi can come to you and be like, nah, what you did to Mav Hoffa was whack, and it's going to sound different than if, no offense, but like a JC or like a John Nadon said it, I'd be like, okay. But when Geechi said it's different. So Geechi know how to, they talk about Goods being good at this. Geechi the best neutralizer in battle rap to me. Geechi can find your strongest strength, and if he got it too, he gonna push your shit to the side. Like, okay, you bully everybody, you ain't finna bully me. So he took that away. I like the little, Mama Sia mausoleum shit, that was tight. But when Geechi sitting there going bar after bar, we bringing up daylight. We bringing up, and all you can do is laugh because you can't go, ha ha, shut up, pussy, and pushy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's Geechi. You can't hit him. So with the whole disaster joint, I think the third round, he kind of, when Geechi dropped that crazy ass, this is KOTD, just less organic, you got to do more than rap for 5 minutes for me. Like, I got to hear something. So no offense. And that's no offense to any Diz fans. If you like how shit sound, and if you like the ability to rap, I get you having Diz winning every round. But substance, showmanship, lyricism, all compiled, it's a gentleman's 30 to Geechi, in my opinion.
Black, did you do the voting on that one?
I sure did. We got to do our due diligence. Let me bring it up real fast. See what we got here. Winner circle data for Geechi Gotti versus Diz, 97%.
I do feel like.
Right.
Do anybody remember that Geechi, that line that Geechi said in the third round about like why you didn't put active on the card instead?
Did you look at Active's face while he was saying that? Did anybody go back?
Active was on that card.
No, the active was on the card.
No, we see like main event, push him more.
Yeah, push him more. Like it was that, and then he also attacked that one dude that was battling active. He was like, "Why you put him on it?" Like Geechi was on one. He was really on one. He did the fake daylight. The daylight scuff, like
Geechi could talk to him as a rapper, a crip, a league owner. Yeah. It was just too many ways Geechi could fit in that argument. You know what I mean?
And something I want to add.
Crip, not someone who hang with him.
I got
crazy.
Geechi 30 as well.
Disaster was talking bad though. That and was good. It wasn't great. He did not win the battle. If anybody said Anybody gave it to Disaster, then they have to explain themselves. But Disaster was talking back too. Disaster was talking right back in his way. Like, so, but just Geechi just.
Legendary bars don't work on Geechi no more.
So you know what happened? Geechi went second, so that's what helped him a whole lot. Geechi went second. So after this went 11 minutes in that third, Geechi was like, all right, here we go.
I want to ask you something too, and this is something I noticed because I also got Geechi 30 as well, second to closest. I know if you're a Diz fan, especially going into that battle, I know people like the app angles and stuff like that. Thought he executed it well. I don't know the validity fully of all the angles he had in the second, but I want to say this 2022 is looking like a real return to Geechi having the prominent third rounds. I thought his third versus Hollow was fucking amazing. I thought his third in this battle was amazing. We're going to see what happens with the Mook battle coming up. But I do like that he's gotten back into the straight Real Talk thirds. I know some people said, all he does is the Real Talk thirds. Why would he stop? They're great. I know that we want to see guys show variety, but when a guy is one of the best ever at something, I want to keep seeing him be one of the best ever at it. So glad to see him go fully back into the third round, Real Talk Geechi rounds, and we see the results.
Would you want to see him and Mook do an unlimited third round? Like him and Diz did?
Mook Unlimited
No!
is terror. I want to.
No!
Just had to ask. Sorry, just had to ask.
Absolutely.
Hold up. No, I got to use my power.
No murder.
No! Don't even put that thought in your head. We got to stop the show for that. Don't even, If these MCs are listening, don't do it. I do not, because this is going to be on a big stage, I do not want to hear a 20-minute round. And if you guys have a good 20-minute round, it's going to go to 40-minute round. I'm not trying to watch and review and break down bar for bar a 40-minute third round. Don't do it. Do not do it. Thank you for your time. Pardon me, unmute everybody. There you go. Y'all good now. Y'all good. Pardon me. We had to stop them from even thinking that.
I would say this. It all depends on the artist. Like sometimes as us battle rap fans, we want somebody to consistently do something consistently all the time. But once you get a certain level of your battle rap career, you're gonna either have to add on stuff or change something. That's just how I feel. Like
no one tell Twerk to stop doing strap ins. No one tell Verb to stop doing show times. Like when you whooping somebody ass a lot with something, they want you to take it away. In my opinion,
right? No, that's fact. People only want him to stop doing it because he keeps winning, and no one can stop him.
And you got to grow as a talent. You definitely have to grow as a talent, but there's certain staples where it's like, when I watch a Geechi battle, I'm thinking, even if this is like the worst case scenario, I'm going to get a great Geechi third. That's how it was for years. And that's how we feel with a lot of the special moves and maybe rounds. We expect a good rock second. A lot of times we didn't even, I'm not going to say didn't expect a good rock battle, but if we know that you're going to give us a good version of this round every battle, don't stop, man. That's just me.
One thing I was going to highlight is that I'll also have Geechi winning each round, edging the second two. One thing I was going to highlight for Geechi is that if you really look at since his first Champion of the Year run, since then, he's had a major I wouldn't say culture shifting, but a major angle that was super, super impactful each year. 2019, he had the Tay-Rock angle. 2020, he had the Kingpin angle against Chilla Jones. 2021, he has the second round for Calico, and even even if you want to pick a second round against Lux as well. This year, he has the Mike P situation and then this situation. I feel as time progressed, I know he's every effing bar, but he's starting to become a magnificent angler because every year he gives you one little talking point that's just so substantial and so has so much substance to it. That was just one thing I wanted to highlight.
I'm gonna go now. Y'all know how Detroit Dave feel about JC. That's how I feel about Geechi. Geechi is my favorite battle rapper. I've been wanting to talk about Geechi when we get to Geechi. Geechi's just different. I ain't got to say too much. Y'all done covered everything. The only bar y'all ain't covered is I done put so many people in funeral homes that I'm starting real estate. That was fucking crazy to me. But Geechi is just different. He got some of my favorite bars of all time in battle rap. The closed casket, we don't even know if he in this bitch. Of course, your seatbelts ain't strapped. You don't ride with your niggas. These are just super quotables from Geechi that Geechi is just different. And his year
He didn't have Hollow. He didn't even have Mook. He didn't have Disaster. He didn't have Jazz. It's ridiculous what Geechi is doing in this short amount of time that he's been here. And I don't care what nobody say. Geechi's on my Mount Rushmore. That's all I gotta say. Geechi 3-0. Edge every round.
Hold on.
He's on your new Mount Rushmore or your Mount Rushmore of all time?
It could be new, old, future, present. Geechi on my Mount Rushmore.
Segue. Shout out to LTBR. You know what I'm saying? They have a graphic. And in the span of 365 days, cough, cough, inside joke, Geechi Gotti is sneaking up and trying to accomplish something. Loaded Lux, Disaster, Murder Mook. Huh? How to Don. In the span of a year. What are we saying about this? What do we say?
Arguably, if he has clear wins over all of those names, I don't see. I like.
Oh, How to Don was in that list too. So I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, he has clear wins. Let's say arguably, but in there he has 3 clear wins and one debatable, however you call it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's still a clear win over Lux, a clear win over Mook. Let's just say that, okay, and a clear win over Disaster. Geechi's arguably clearly beat in the span of 1 year the Mount Rushmore battle rap. You could make the argument that he clearly beat.
And got Verb and Clips out on the way.
Verb beat him, but I get what you're saying.
That's goat shit. That's
Yeah, that battle is debatable. That battle is debatable.
This is kind of off topic, but this was a tough topic for me because I kind of wanted this. Not that I didn't want it for Geechi or for anybody else, right? But I kind of wanted this for Twerk because the writing was on the wall, so to speak.
Talk about it.
If you look at it, there was within the last couple of years.
Preach, my brother.
And Easy may be the last one. There's only gonna be a handful of battle rappers that can catch all the greats before they're gone. And I thought Twerk had a shot. Geechi definitely proven that he had the shot. And like I said, Easy, he might be the last. So I'm kind of disappointed that Twerk isn't gonna really get to live that through. But it is what it is. That's why when we talk, people tried to tell me a couple years ago, it's about moments. And I've been saying this whole time, my nigga, it's always been wins and losses. I don't care what y'all say. It's wins and losses. And when we look at Mount Rushmore's, that's what's going to matter to put you on that rock.
Talk, fat boy. Wins and losses still matter.
But those moments, I'm not going to
definitely agree, 100%.
But it's time to talk about wins and losses and who you really beat, which is why I say Verb, to me, has the greatest resume of all time. Did you beat the ones that mattered? Not did you battle them, not was it debatable. Did you beat them? Verb is the guy. And right now, Geechi is threatening all of that.
Hold on. I've been saying this about Mount Rushmore for the longest time. Mount Rushmore is not a change in the faces, so you have to tell yourself, hey, is Mount Rushmore already made, or are we going to wait another 10 years to make it? Again,
I say we wait another 10, but
all right.
You can't. But the ones that people have on there, the Rexes, the Arsenals, the Mooks and stuff, they still get their flowers, and they still get their There's a Lincoln's not on the Mount Rushmore, but there's still a Lincoln Memorial in Washington. You know what I'm saying? People still even if they don't make the Mount Rushmore, don't mean that they gave anything less to the culture or that we don't look at them a certain way. But if we're going to wait the 10 years to get there, then some of these guys like the Geechi, like Bert Guy just said, like an A-Verb. A-Verb beat this, beat Mook, beat. But him and Geechi was arguing in the space the other day. Verb said, hey, I heard 3-0 chants in both my battles. You heard it in one. Get the 3-0 chant against Mook and me, and you can talk about some stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that it will separate it. But before I go, one bar that y'all did not say that Geechi said when he told Disasters, I don't care how many languages you speak, you don't
you don't speak for us? Oh my God.
While you was riding horses in Lebanon,
Geechi was amazing in that battle.
I just wanna say this. This battle right here is what it should be written in the battle rap books for the importance of believability, because not everybody could say the shit that Geechi said and it hit the same
at all.
Disaster. And you got to look at who Geechi is, his background, the active shit, everything that he spoke about to Disaster in that third. Only somebody like a Geechi Gotti could get that shit off, and it mattered the way that it matters when he said it.
Facts.
Yo, believability is beyond important. And I know some people, it's just battle rap. Everything is... No, it's not. It's not. It's not. I promise you. Believability really counts, bro.
Like when that only matters for certain people, though.
Like when JC told Serve, you got your hands on everything, but the niggas that hurt you, that sounded tight. That would have sounded way tighter if Geechi said it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, I rock with you. I rock with you 1,000% on that.
Something I want to add.
There was no believability when JC said it.
So I want to add real quick on the Mount Rushmore topic, just real quick, is that when Geechi, is battling these guys, people are like, oh, he's going on Mount Rushmore. I personally think in battle rap dialogue, we have to separate. I think Black said that the faces don't move on Rushmore. For me, Rushmore is like the people who created this. That's not changing. No matter, they could be washed. You know what I'm saying? If I went to Mount Rushmore hoops, I'm not going to tell you Jordan and Braun. I'm going to tell you Russell and Chamberlain. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So I think that we need to start saying all time. Is he in your top 5 all time, top 10, like we do in any other sport? I think we get away from those convos because it's a subjective sport. But I don't think that Mount Rushmore is going to be changing. Just because he beat Mook doesn't mean that Mook didn't create smack. I think he has to have that, on his legacy. But in my opinion, I already have Geechi as a top 5 battler of all time. I love these talks. I got my own list. We all have our own list. We wrote it out. And I think a win over Mook could just further solidify a spot or two. I think low-key the best comp he's battled is the Surfs and the Rocks. Those are really the heavyweight fights that tell me who he is. But these are legacy wins for accolade. Yeah, correct. But these are the legacy wins. So while I don't think Luke is probably the toughest opponent Geechi's taken, maybe not even top 3 or 5 toughest, it's going to do a lot for his legacy. And it could move up a spot or two.
Please. No Mook slam.
No, I don't even mean I think Mook is extremely talented. And I think that, like I said, Mount Rushmore, all that. I just think that there's so many talented battlers that have done it in different eras, faster paced, against greater comp as well. So I think he's had his toughest fights, but this one is still a great one to add to the legacy.
One thing. Let me just say this. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You got it.
No, I was just going to say, as far as this Mount Rushmore thing is concerned, like, I think a lot of times people like are so set on making it the earliest people that they can find. The first 4 presidents are not on Mount Rushmore. Like, that's not who's on Mount Rushmore. So I think, like, you got to take into account, like, really what you're putting, Mount Rushmore together for. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't think it's I don't have a full Mount Rushmore yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I have Mook on my Mount Rushmore. I have DNA on my Mount Rushmore as well, you know what I'm saying, for what he's done for the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have Surf on my Mount Rushmore, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I could probably say, Geechi would round that out, because what Geechi's done for the culture and, you know what I'm saying, just for, like, the entire West Coast, like, I think Geechi is what Disaster was supposed to be, which is why I feel like Geechi's fucking performance against Disaster was so fucking, ridiculous, because it was like, you know what I mean? Like, to me watching it, I'm not from the West Coast, but to me watching it, it was like, yeah, yo, this nigga Geechi is what Disaster was supposed to be to the West. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I think I wouldn't knock anybody if they said that they had Geechi Gotti on their Mount Rushmore right now. Like, I wouldn't knock that. No, not at all.
Let me ask you.
Hold on. Before you go, you said there's no presidents on Mount Rushmore? I just make sure you correct that.
No, I said the first 4 presidents
are
not on Mount Rushmore.
All right. Because they'd have killed me. If I didn't ask that question, they'd have killed me on the watchback. Just say. You good, though. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Does what's the guy name? Does Geechi take Rex spot on the Mount Rushmore, or is Rex one of the founders that we was talking about?
I mean, okay, so
I don't think Rex is on Mount Rushmore.
Not at all. Rex is never coming off my Mount Rushmore.
Thank you, fat man. I mean, thank you,
never.
This is one of the things I really want, because this is just giving me flashbacks of, like, me teaching, like, 10th grade history, like, 6 years ago, when we were talking about Mount Rushmore and what it actually is. Y'all can have your own definition, but the real one is, like, to this point, it's not the first four. It's each president represents a major tangible shift in the founding of the country. That's why it's Washington,
Correct.
Jefferson, Roosevelt, and Lincoln. That's why they are there. They're not there because they're the best. They're not there because they're the first. They are there because they are representative of something that happened that fundamentally changed the way the country works. Whether it's Lincoln, obviously, or the founding with Washington, or the Declaration with Jefferson, or Roosevelt and the New Deal, whatever it is, these four individuals fundamentally changed and are representative of an era. So with that in mind, I mean, if we're going to keep it a $150 for me, Smack got a spot. I don't know why.
Oh, if you go that route, that's whole different. You know what I'm saying?
No, what I'm saying is that for me, if there's one, because like you can't have a battler one and then a not battler one. If it's one for the culture, then then Smack gets one by default.
Smack himself, we talking about, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Smack. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like he gets one by himself because he's representative of an era. So not to say y'all can do whatever you guys want, but I'm saying when we're talking about Mount Rushmore, definitions are knowing what that terminology actually means is important. So you can say Rex, no Rex. You could say Geechi or no Geechi. But the question at the end of the day has to be: did they fundamentally change battle rap? Yes or no? And if the question is, I'm just saying, y'all can pick what you want. But that's at the end of the day, that's why they're up there. So if you want to have someone up there, that's what you gotta do. So you learned something today if you didn't know that about Mount Rushmore. There you go.
I'm gonna make a point. I'm gonna ask a question because there was something that was said I kind of want to double back on. I'm actually not surprised at what Geechi's doing right now. If you look at 2019, if we go back in the history books, that'll probably be the most illustrious year of any battler in history. This man battled Rock. 2019, he battled Rock, Arsenal, and Surf in the same year, plus 10 other battles, including Big K, including O-Red, who was a former champion of the year.
Big T.
Yeah, exactly. So he has he already showed me that him battling these mega matchups in such a short span, that's he's capable of doing that. It's just the fact that it's actually happening is what makes it very, very interesting. So he's shown that he can do that early on in his career. That's one thing. Second thing I wanted to ask, I forgot who made this point. Pretty much they were saying Geechi is what Disaster was supposed to be. I feel like that's a very controversial take because I feel like you're indirectly diminishing what Disaster's already done for the culture, if that makes sense. Because the Disaster and Cannabis was probably one of the most cultural shifting battles in battle rap history in 2012.
That was horrible.
But it still was.
But Cannabis, that battle was horrible for Cannabis, not Diz.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a rewatch.
We're not going to diminish him battling Cannabis, bro. That was a huge deal in battle rap. Are we really going to do that?
Hold on.
I didn't diminish it.
Hold on. Disaster did what everybody else was supposed to do when the industry guy came in this building. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they didn't body when this person came in. They didn't body him. Shout out to King Los, all these guys, who was it? J Mill, all these guys that come, they didn't body them. They got second chances. Diz bodied him. He was done. Finito, cooked, 425 degrees. He got him out of here. By the third, you win. It's that pressure that Diz put on him. That was an amazing battle for Diz.
I think we might be a little too hard on Cannabis, man. He did have 30 pages of rhymes in that month.
And lost. He had 30 pages of rhymes and a 30 as well.
And my thing is that's just one part. Then you can go back to him and DNA being one of the biggest battles in battle rap history with Drake hosting that battle. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You can go back to him battling Oxymoron, who I know some people don't really, you know what I'm saying, care for that battle, but still a huge battle. Even him battling Oxino. And it's just Geechi is doing some unprecedented stuff, but I forgot who made the claim, but I didn't like someone saying that like Geechi is doing what Diz supposed to be, because you're kind of indirectly saying that Diz hasn't done these amazing feats that he's done. Like some of this stuff is like incredible. Like some of the stuff Geechi hasn't done. Like Geechi hasn't battled international star or industry presence or anything like that. And that's no slight to Geechi. But I'm saying like there's a way that we can build up both. And I felt like that claim was kind of harsh in Disaster's behalf.
Let me rebuttal that. Hold on, let me rebuttal that since I made the point. This is what I was saying towards that, right? Like I look at where the West Coast and where they were in battle rap, and I couldn't see them for years unless I was like a fan of KOTD type shit. Like they just weren't really like relevant and they weren't making that much noise. This is a fact. Geechi came in and Geechi fucking did what he did on his own. Then he fucking brought all of these niggas together and got these niggas moving like a single cell unit. Like, Like that is a positive. Now the West is strong.
But there's more to that story though. Like we gotta think about it's so much to that story.
There was a second wave of like the new West Coast regime. I wouldn't say like there was never a wave to begin with.
Grind time was the wave. Grind time was the wave.
What was the old West Coast?
Grind time.
Tell me that first.
Like you just said, grind time. You have a bunch.
And they dominated for years.
You got like I don't know. Like Awkward's like I don't know, man. Like that was kind of. I'm not saying
that those people don't exist. I wasn't saying that they don't exist. What I'm saying is I'm not saying that they didn't exist. What I'm saying is that they weren't relevant. They weren't like.
We can't use the word relevant though. Like they literally dominated.
Grind Time was one of the biggest platforms in battle record.
Grind Time hasn't been around for fucking a decade.
But no, but see, but that's
they're one of the more prominent leagues that you will find in YouTube. If you go back to what Beasley and many other people were saying, like they followed the format of Grind Time because they were the ones that took it from DVDs to YouTube platform. So for you to say that, that's kind of disrespectful. I don't know.
I just think we can't use relevant.
Point. Grind Time ended, and then where did these guys go?
They went to King of the Dot. They absorbed it.
I don't know. I'm just not explaining it correctly.
I get what you're saying.
I guess y'all not understanding what I'm saying. Like
Geechi, if I could try to explain, I think I get what you're saying.
I get what I think basically what you're saying is a street vibe. I think that's literally what you're trying to say right now. Street vibe.
I think what he's saying is Geechi took the West and then made the West bubble. Like everywhere is talking about the West. New York cats is like, we gotta stop the West. Down south cats, we gotta stop the West Midwest cats. We gotta stop these West dudes from taking over. When Diz was doing his thing, and Geechi has it with the B-Dots, the Dannies, the Rubs, real name Brandon, whoever else, he put the team and making a team worldwide. When Diz did his thing or whatever,
Diz was just doing his thing. He wasn't worried about nobody else.
Exactly. Shout to Judge out of Down, but Diz didn't do it. Daylight didn't do it. What's his name that played poker didn't do it.
Thesaurus.
I'm saying this nigga Geechi is out here managing niggas' careers right now, like legitimately managing niggas' careers and shit like that, pushing them forward and making them relevant. I'm talking about what he's doing outside of his own career. You understand what I'm saying? Like how he's pushing the culture forward. You know what I'm saying? I think his impact is bigger than Disaster's. Yes.
So does Geechi go on the Mount Rushmore over this?
In my opinion, yes.
Hold on, bro. All right, I think there's one clear, glaring thing here. Disaster didn't fight the fights he fought on URL. And I feel like that's the difference here.
The streets!
He fought the good fights.
It's about the streets. I'm staying on that. I'm sorry.
National battle rappers, but the difference is you didn't have a ton of fights where everybody wants you to have a ton of fights, and that's URL. And I feel like Geechi, for that reason alone, is why he gets the praise he does, because he fought the Surfs and the Clips and all of them back to back to back, the Tay Rocks to all of them, and he never stopped. So Disaster, I feel like, is getting a slight because of that, but this is the issue I have with that. much like if it was Pat Stay, it was Disaster. They fought the fights they were in position to fight at that time. You cannot discredit that era and the time they spent fighting those fights over there. Pat Stay was a god at KOTD. He's a god everywhere, but he was a god over there. So you can't discredit that because, well, wasn't really on URL, bro. That's where.
No, but he was really on URL. That's the thing. He crossed
right
over
in the later years
for 2 battles.
And battle shotgun shoot. Pat Stay kept it going. That's what we're saying. That's why we can't say, oh, nobody else did that because Pat Stay fought the fights he fought back then took it to this era and said, let me show y'all. I can do this. Disaster didn't do that. And shout out to him. Oxymoron, I like the battle, bunch of views, whatever. The one cat he just battled in a different language, he does that. Good for him, but I feel what he's saying. He did not map it out. Pat State, Canada, on his back. Let me take y'all everywhere, talk about everybody in hip-hop is talking about this Canadian cat, Pat State. You seen the promo. Everybody talking about how good Geechi Gotti is. Geechi Gotti, blah, 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 blah. Who else is talking about Disaster in that way as far as battle rap?
I think you're sleeping on Disaster's reputation, bro.
Everybody.
Everybody. No, I think y'all don't understand. Like outside of the West Coast, I don't really I don't hear. You're not talking about him over here.
What about outside of America?
Well, first of all, he's not even battling right now. That's one. He's not consistently battling. He's battled, but outside of that, he's not really battling like that. As opposed to Geechi's consistent for the past 2 years.
That's not the guy you gotta go.
What are you doing?
It's crazy in here.
We're not gonna do that.
It's getting very crazy in here. It's getting very crazy in here.
But like, he's not like.
No,
he's a spearhead in the
battle rap. Period. He's a legend of battle rap. Period.
Is he on the Mount Rushmore over Geechi? Is the question.
I'll put it to you like this:
Yes.
You ain't even having this conversation. You only having this conversation because Geechi finally battled Diz. I'll put it to you like that.
No.
So you mean to tell me
way before.
Geechi? So you mean to tell me you think Geechi just solely owned the West and Diz never had a claim?
No, that's the thing about it. Nobody said he didn't have a claim to the West. What we're saying is he didn't take the West and do it like Geechi did it. And did he battle Lux? Did he battle Mook? Not on Smack, anywhere. Did he bring him over to KOTD? Did he bring him over to Grind Time? No, he did not.
Them niggas don't even want to battle him.
If I can chime in, I think I got to answer kind of in the middle. And this is kind of go to what I was going back before. In terms of Mount Rushmore, me personally, I would have Diz over Geechi. I think that he did foundational stuff going back, and not just outside East or West, outside of America. There's people in different countries, the Philippines, there's big battle rap, markets out there. And from our country, for the most part, they're going to know Disaster probably if you name anyone. I think in terms of impact, just culture-wide, Arsenal would be up there. But on the flip side, like I said, all-time list, I think Geechi is rather easily a better all-time battle rapper than Disaster. So part of it is like, who do I value more in a sense? Well, I think Geechi's better all time. I just think he's a better battle rapper. But in terms of actual impact, like we said, going back to KOTD and Grind Time, which I know some of us in here might not watch that stuff. I'm not even, the biggest fan of the Grind Time footage, but that shit mattered. That was number one in battle rap at a point, and Diz was one of the number one performers on there. So when you take it in totality, what Geechi's doing is great. I think pure skill-wise, wins and losses, I think he beats them in all those categories. But in terms of people that know them, I think people might know Diz even more than Geechi if you go just every battle rap fan, not just East,
but that's
West.
Popularity,
country.
though, you're just talking about. You're just talking about popularity.
But that's really what impact to a certain degree kind of ends up being
impact and popularity are two different things.
No, but he's just talking about popularity. What he's just saying.
Yeah, no, I know.
If your impact reaches other countries, though, it comes out in the form of popularity, but that's still impact in other countries. It doesn't so.
Hey, DNA on y'all Mount Rushmore?
Yes, no.
See, now that's crazy.
It sound like y'all Mount Rushmore got 10 heads on it, bro.
Have done foundational things for both of them to be held to that regard. And again, the the thing is like someone just mentioned, Mount Rushmore being a foundational piece of advancement, whether it's the literal Mount Rushmore in terms of like the advancement of the United States or the advancement of battle rap. You know what I'm saying? And I think that when you talk about the DNAs, when you talk about the disasters, the Mooks, the Lux, like these are foundational pieces that help battle rap advance. We just seen DNA battle on a BET stage and garner more attention to the battle rap art form. So when we talk about Mount Rushmore, it's not just about, you know what I'm saying, the accomplishments aspect. Like Geechi accomplished a lot, and just like Jason Moe said, like you would have a Geechi over a disaster all time wise. But when we talk about like foundational pieces, like disaster would be in that mold. DNA will probably be in that mold.
I would like to.
Go ahead.
All right, I would like to jump in real quick. My opinion is similar to what Black had been saying, and actually Black has been saying this for years. And I heard a couple other gentlemen say it earlier. Mount Rushmore doesn't change. It is what it is at the time that it's built. So I think that it really comes down to what era you cap the participants or the candidates for the Mount Rushmore. And furthermore, I will also say, in my opinion, I would feel like you would have to have a Mount Rushmore for each region. And this is the reason why I say this, right? A lot of times people talk about Mount Rushmore and Mook and Lux are always there. They're always there for a lot of people, not everybody. So if you don't have them there, I'm not talking about you. What I'm saying is the culture in general, right? Mook and Lux is always there. However, just based off this conversation, I feel like if you had one for the West Coast, you would have to put Thesaurus, Ilmac, Disaster on there because of what they did 20 years ago. They were already doing this stuff for the West Coast, and people always mention Mook and Lux, but people don't always mention Thesaurus and Ilmac. Now, am I a fan of Thesaurus and Ilmac and Disaster? Not really. I don't really watch a lot of their battles. But I tell you what, I remember when Ilmac battled Hollow and conceded back to back, that was a big thing back then. Just like we was talking about earlier, Disaster, what he did with Cannabis. At that time in 2011, that was a major thing. Like, that was a big deal. And so I feel like I feel like you would really have to break it down for regions because nobody's talking about what Verb did, how Verb kicked in the door for the Midwest as far as the Smack stage or as far as what he did.
We're gonna do the regions who would be the South.
Nobody's talking about how X Factor was the first Midwest rapper on a Smack DVD. So it's like if you do one, you got to do one for Midwest. You got to put X Factor. You got to put Miles. You got to put Verb on there. You got to do one for New York or the East Coast. You got to put Mook, Lux, Rex on there. You got to do one for the West Coast, and so it's got to be separate because one for the whole 50 states is just not really possible.
It would be for the South.
T-Top got to be up there.
Y'all about to have a 25 head Mount Rushmore, bro. That's just how I see it. Yes, it is, bro. Yes, it is, bro. Yes, it is, bro. It's different states in America, bro. You try to get 25 heads.
This whole conversation. I didn't mean to start this whole conversation about Mount Rushmore. I just like Geechi a lot. I didn't mean to start this whole debate.
Yeah, you done got shit popping over here, man. Like niggas go to war, literally.
I wasn't even really kind of harp on the Mount Rushmore talk.
Me either.
I don't know. The one statement about this, I feel like I don't know. I feel like disaster did a lot for this culture. You know?
That's a fact.
I feel like Geechi accomplished a lot too, but at the same time, I feel like Geechi is going to have approaches and touch on certain topics that make us look at disaster a different way, obviously because it's a battle, but realistically, like, disaster has done so much for us that it's ridiculous. So
yeah, don't say you feel like it's a statement of fact. He did, and it's not an opinion. You feel me? That's Diz, bro. Like, what are we even talking about here?
Can I ask where you guys are from? Oh, here we go.
Detroit, Michigan, West 7 Mile Road.
Oh goodness.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, when you
H-Town, Southwest.
Indiana.
You don't talk religion.
Indiana.
You don't talk politics. In battle rap, you don't ask people where they from. You don't do that.
Oh no, you
Starts a regional war. We go through this all the time.
no.
I'm from NY City.
I just like knowing. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I'm from Alaska.
DC, bro.
I'm from Alaska, so yeah, that helps out anything.
I knew it.
Yeah, it's different over here. We got one more battle for leaderboard though. And that's A-Ward versus Kitchen Clean. How y'all call that?
A-Ward. Clear.
Clear
A-Ward. Clear.
We got to discuss this battle for real.
I'm just doing the due diligence.
Does anyone have clean? Because if not, I think that we could just wrap it up.
Yeah. Black, pull up the
Anybody got their notes on their arm?
I got the five.
Anybody got notes on their hand or anything?
Anybody wrote their notes down?
I thought Clean was pretty good though. I didn't think Clean was. I thought Clean's third was good. I thought his first was okay, and then obviously he was reading it off the arm in the second. But I thought it was a decent Clean. But there's levels to it currently. And A-Ward's one of the best alive. So
we not sit here and talk about a nigga who was reading off his arm.
We're not doing this.
Listen, at the time, some people had Clean winning.
Come on now.
Bro brought his body and wrote on it like it was 8th grade chemistry.
Some people had Clean winning.
That's funny as hell.
yeah, cheating on the math test is not gangster.
Shit. All right, it
helped
was.
him.
How you battling with impromptu? That's crazy.
It was 91% in favor.
He didn't forget his rounds. He didn't choke. He didn't stumble. So yeah, it helped him.
That boy kitchen clean, but his body dirty.
Oh man, dang.
That boy Clean battling with cue cards.
Oh man. It's 91% for A-Ward right there. So
What was the votes on that one, Black?
91% for A-Ward. Some people actually had Clean.
You said 91?
91% for A-Ward, bro.
Nah. We need to know who was the
9%.
I'm not gonna expose it because it's most of the people. At the time when the battle dropped, there were actually people arguing for clean paper. It was.
Who are these people?
Come on, when the battle dropped, y'all know damn well some people said clean paper. We're not doing that.
Definitely no executives. I bet that.
The only person I can think of is Calico. Everybody.
Oh, shout out to Calico. Am I wrong?
Calico voted for Clean. No doubt in my mind.
Here comes the normalized Clean paper beating A-Ward tweet.
Never.
It's on its way.
Never.
It's being drafted as we speak.
He had Clean.
Shout out to Cal
too. Cal rides for his man. That's fire.
Shout out to Cal.
They were lucky Clean and get to them rebuttals he wrote on his calf muscle. Shit would have really got crazy.
Yeah. No, but we can move on though. Let's move on. Because this is a battle I want to add to the leaderboard. Shout out to RBE. They doing their thing yet again. Blood, Sweat, and Tears 7 and Reed Dollaz versus Remedy Loco.
It's not gonna go well, and I'm upset.
Now, I think this is actually a good matchup because again, Remedy Loco is unorthodox and this is an opportunity for him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Woo!
Go well.
Of course, it's 3 rounds.
I got Remedy Loco.
I don't know how serious Reed will take the battle.
That's the whole point. This is why I like the battle because again we're saying how serious Reed gonna take it. Reed in the 3rd round versus A-Ward know what he did, bro. Come on, we grown man. He know what he did. He should have the mind. He should have the mindset that I'm not gonna slip again. I'm taking this shit serious. So it's like
it was his bar,
bro. Sometime in January, Reed Dollaz battled somebody. It's on YouTube if you don't believe me. Reed Dollaz battled somebody in January named Dave Kenny on a big stage, and he died.
On a big stage.
Bad.
On a big stage. Okay.
Yes, it was bad. It was really bad.
Wait. So hold on.
Was in the room for this to be a big
yes, I'm saying like
it's like hundreds from what I could tell from the video.
Keep talking while we look this up, man.
So basically, he's getting downhill. So I'm a little worried about him going in the Remedy Loco battle.
Yeah.
So since he beat Mook, he's been on the downhill, is what y'all saying.
Well, no, he was great versus
Hold
Will.
up.
No, we all lost
great
that
versus
night.
Will.
I don't know what you're talking about. He was good against A-Ward.
He was.
He was good against A-Ward.
But then look at Big K. You know what I'm saying? Look at where we're at.
Objection. We got the foul. I knew I wasn't tripping. Reed Dollaz versus Dave Kennedy was not a big stage. It looks like about 50 to 100 people are here, max.
No way.
We ain't doing that. Come on, man.
That was on the main stage.
I eat cheesesteaks. We not doing this.
That was a big.
I eat cheesesteaks. We not doing this. That's not a big stage. That's not a big stage. Come on, man. It's not a big stage.
Go look at it. Let me look at this.
So the room is big, but the people not there. That's what you saying.
There's some bad people in there.
It's 50 to 100. It's 50 to 100.
Oh,
I think
50 to 100. We not about to give up. Y'all know what a big stage is, bro. Y'all know what a big stage is. Ill Will versus A-Ward, big stage.
Somebody here is lying. Find out who. It's not an 8.
I'm not saying he didn't lose. I'm not saying that Reed didn't lose. I'm not saying that Reed didn't lose.
No, he died.
Oh yeah, I'm not. When we say main stage though, a main stage loss is different. That's like a super L. When you losing a main stage, you want to max out, you want to SM, like you lose on that, it's different.
Yeah, it's 60 people here, bro. They just turned the camera right. hit you with some WWE angles. You like
Bottle trick right there.
Yeah,
no,
50 niggas here.
But hold on. I heard a lot of people say Remedy Loco, so I must be bugging. Talk to me.
No, I got Reed 2-1. I already said I had Reed 2-1 before.
Okay. Oh yeah, he was on champion. I like this debate. Talk
what
to
type
me.
of crowd is it going to be for that event?
It should be solid. It should be good.
Talk to Reed.
What you said, Black? What type of crowd?
It should be a good. I'm assuming 100 plus.
100.
Just blood, sweat, and tears. If I'm going by the history of what I've seen in front.
Reed's material?
Say that again.
Oh no, we not doing this.
We not doing it. Look at the conspiracy. Look at the corruption. What are you doing?
Easy right Reed's material.
That's what I'm trying to.
He don't need that.
Remedy Loco.
Can you tell me why?
Real quick, I got a question. When you say you have Remedy Loco, are you going off of Reed's past performances, or are you going off of what you've seen from Remedy Loco? Because from Remedy Loco, not to say this way,
both. It's a mix of both. I don't think Remedy Loco is ass at all. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Remedy Loco is actually good.
I think he's very serviceable. You know what I'm saying? Like he's serviceable. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think Reed is very good at this point. I don't.
I got a question.
I
got a question.
Oh man!
Real quick. Do you have any Remedy Loco performance this year that tops what Reed did against Ill Will? Ding ding ding.
And hold on, and they all on RBE.
I'm checking, right? I'm checking.
This is RBE versus RBE. Let's go. Let's get it.
When Remedy Loco went against, I think it was Gritty when he brought out, I forgot her name, the female battle.
No, he didn't do it for that. He didn't do it for that battle.
We're talking about material.
That's a different battle.
I know, but you said performance.
Check it out.
No.
It's a different battle.
But that's a moment. I said an overall performance.
Oh, overall? Got you.
Check it out.
So I said it wasn't Gotti. That wasn't a different battle.
I'm gonna say this. You know how people like talk about twerk, and they say, "Oh, if twerk comes with it," and da 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 da. So you always go with the surefire thing. What I've seen from Reed is more iffy performances than shit that he had for Ill Will. So yeah, like I'm gonna take the guy who's consistent, average. You know what I'm saying? Over the guy who's more times than not good.
Reed is consistently serviceable against people that he actually against in battles that he actually feel like is going to be like of a high caliber of have high stakes to it. Blood, Sweat, and Tears is known to be a series where these top tiers take these battles serious because they know like
so he thought
they're giving them.
He thought Murder Mook was gonna be ass then. That's what you're telling me.
Or he could.
What? Hold on. Didn't he win that?
No.
Didn't he win that?
Or he could have took the wrong approach in that battle, like a lot of other active battles do. It don't even have to be like,
you talking about a W?
Easily be him taking the wrong approach. And my thing is,
but you got to make up your mind when you say this, because at first you're telling me, when he takes battle is like not serious. He gives them that. He gives you.
No, I'm saying
And
when he takes battles that he feel like there's high stakes to it. It's like fine if you want to say the Big K battle was bad and then the Dave Kenny battle was bad, but if you're saying the Ill Will performance, the only performance that I think was like
I thought you were talking about the Mook battle
was the Big K performance. But even in the A Ward performance, he did what he did in the third. But his first 2 rounds are good. It's just A Ward was that much better than him, and it's like you put those 2 rounds against, you know what I'm saying, that Reed had against A Ward. I think he beats any other Remedy Loco performance with that. That's just my opinion.
Okay, I'm worried about Reed in this battle because Remedy Loco has a lot of charisma, a lot of performance.
Yeah.
So does Reed.
Very entertaining, and Reed has a history of what I like to call he's like off topic. He's not attacking his opponent, but he's not talking about himself either. You just kind of rapping and not saying a lot. And you would think over time you would make some adjustments with all the battle he's taken. He can see what works, what the crowd reacts to, and for some reason he doesn't stick to that.
He's definitely made adjustments.
I'm about to say he just had a performance against Ill Will.
They're not consistent. I'm not saying that he has it at all, but it's not consistent. And you just like, it's almost like half the round is good and half is not. Like you're taking too much time off from actually battling your opponent with some of the stuff he's saying. It's not relevant.
I'm saying Remedy, to me, Remedy Loco has not done enough for me to comfortably say that he can beat a Reed Dollaz.
I agree with that.
I'm not mad at that statement. That's why I said I'm worried. I feel like Remedy could take this battle. The shit he had versus Witty, I don't even think it was that bad. It wasn't exciting. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't trash. So
he had decent stuff versus Excel too, but for me it comes down to the seriousness because I disagree. I think Reed is actually one of the best well-aged DVD rappers. Considering when he came in, he was garbage versus John on the return. I mean, that was complete misfire. And growing from there, you've seen the chess battle. I thought he was really good. I got him beat in chess. Even though he did lose to Surf and Shine, I thought that he clearly showed improvements. Then he beats Rum Nitty, which is crazy. And then goes on to the Ill Will battle. I thought he did good versus Ward. And then the Mook battle is a misfire. I don't think that should have ever been booked. That's my opinion. But I think he's clearly shown growth as a battler, going more into real talk than just purely on the rhyme pockets. And I think if he comes and he brings himself seriously, he's going to beat Remedy Loco. So I just think he's a better battle rapper. And I don't think Remedy can reach those peaks. I thought the Excel performance was decent, but not anything like I've seen like a Reed versus Nitty or a Reed versus Will. But if he comes, lacking, and obviously for Remedy, he knows this is a humongous shot for him, there's definitely a possibility he can win. But
that's what I don't like about it. Listen to how many ifs. If. That's the issue I have.
If K Walker don't talk to Reed, it's over. 30.
Still, though, whether he's inconsistent or not.
Bro, we talking about Reed Dollaz, bro.
If K Walker don't tell Reed what's going on, man.
Like, y'all tripping.
I'm not.
What is this Reed, bro?
Hey, I got a question. Who's the favorite coming in?
It's
Reed.
We're not doing that. Come on now.
That's
not, bro. I'm trying not to get heated here, but come on now. It's Reed Dollaz. We just acted like this man had a misfire against Mook on a big, and then that's the common denominator to me.
You saying a misfire that he won in? He won that. Go ahead, man.
But no, that's the common denominator for me because it's like, okay, he messed up in the Big K battle, but any other battle that was in a relatively medium to small room, he's done solid in. He's done really good in.
Do we want to talk about
Mook battle? It misfired. John battle, first battle back, and it's a major stage. You know what I'm saying? And then K-Shine in Philly, even though it's in Philly, so
he was fire versus Rex too.
And then so and then Rex actually did good. So I don't know. I don't know how. Yeah.
So we can say, can we say that this is the first time in a while, from my perspective, is this the first time in a while that Reed Dollaz is coming in as the favorite? The majority of battles that he battling, and even the ones that's good, he's coming there as the underdog. Ill Will, underdog. A-Ward, underdog. Run Nitty, underdog. Surf, underdog.
Now compare them to who you talking about right now.
Yeah, I
what are we doing?
I agree about the self-explanatory.
I think it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. But the reason I'm saying that is because Reed Dollaz is already coming up there being the underdog, so he already having a uphill battle. As of this battle, we don't know.
We don't know. Like, I'm expecting Reed Dollaz to give me good material, but he's battling Remy Loco, and he's not established yet. So it's two different perspectives of. I mean, you can have ifs on Remy Loco, but we have ifs on Rum Nitty. Not Rum Nitty, but Reed Dollaz.
I'm not gonna lie. Anytime it's like a up and comer against a legend / veteran, like we usually go with the veteran because we've seen more and we are going off a track record. And usually in these situations, this is the time when the up and comer has to rise to the occasion and show us why he's at where he's at. So I ain't gonna lie, it should be commonplace for people to say Reed is gonna win this battle because you don't really have to me, you don't really have a real logical reason to pick Remy Loco outside of maybe assuming that he's not going to be prepared. If we're doing this with any other up-and-comer versus veteran battle, we would go with the veteran because we've seen more and we can go off of what we've, their body of work. So,
Remedy, what is it? Remedy or Remy?
Remedy
Loco. He's very unorthodox though. You know what I mean? So that's one thing Reed got to worry about.
Oh yeah. And I'll say this too. First of all, he's not new. I think we say up and coming. He's not new. He's been here for years. He ain't just pop up today or yesterday or last year.
We know
he been here for years.
Every newcomer, once they start getting the buzz, they're considered new. We kind of know how that goes.
I don't. That's just me though. So I think the spotlight is on him now. You know what I'm saying? A process is being ran, which I love. Suits RBE on this. A process being ran where we can highlight. And the focus, I think they're just making us do a better job of focusing on a guy like Remedy Loco. But yeah,
is this his biggest battle to date, bro?
Yes,
absolutely, no question.
It's Reed Dollaz. You don't want to see Reed in his own fucking around and find Reed in the back of your home with a book bag, war paint, vest some ammo, K over the shoulder. Yes, it's his biggest battle.
Yo, Reed, you on my Mount Rushmore, Reed. I don't care what you say.
It's 25 heads on this Mount Rushmore. It's 25 heads on this Mount Rushmore.
Without talking about when Reed was outside. We're not doing that. Sorry. I'm not separating it for me. It's the same time period for me. Not doing that.
Shout out to Reed and Cassidy for Philly, bro.
Salute.
Shout out to Reed.
Salute.
And Cassidy.
But listen, it's blood, sweat, and tears. I feel like this. Y'all know my predictions. I got all the higher up tiers. Everybody, listen, all these guys are getting a shot. You got to think. Sway, you got Sway 7 winning, right? They just announced that. Why would you not have Sway 7 winning? I feel like their opponent should know this. Loco should know this. Zay should know this. This y'all
because we saw him versus Anderson Burris.
I'm gonna have, again, the unders know that they're going against a higher name. This is their shot to prove us wrong. That's what this is about. When Oops was battling Daylight, who you had?
Oops battled Daylight. I picked Daylight for my prediction.
But that's what I'm saying. Everybody was picking Daylight. This is your time to shut us up and prove us wrong. And oh shit, this nigga's fire. I'm not saying I don't want y'all to win, but this is what it's about. IRP said, "Step up or die." He said that for a reason. Step up or die. If you can, this is one of your tests. Can you pass the test? That's what this is about. So again, shout out to the guys, the bricks. I just want you all to show and prove. That's it. Otherwise, I'm gonna have the other guys winning. In the prediction, I think that's obvious.
Facts.
So we gonna add that to leaderboard. You know what I mean? So predictions will be given out for this one. We want to see what's
the date
up
for that card.
October 29th.
Okay.
Yeah.
PPV.
I definitely got Reed going in.
Prom night.
I got question marks.
Prom night that same date.
It's a good day for battle rap. Again, you know how I rock. Y'all can support different people, man. It is what it is. You ain't got, you know what I mean? We ain't on that type of time. You can watch both. It's not that hard to do.
Yeah, but y'all question about prom night. If anybody knows, do we know if those battles are 3 rounds or 1 round?
I heard.
Contested.
No, I think MCs have said this. They said 1 round.
Oh, okay, see, I've been trying to get the
Bonds is a 1-rounder?
Mm-hmm. That's what the MCs are saying.
1-rounders too.
Yep.
That's what the MCs are saying. So take. You can always ask the league if you want. You know what I mean? That's just
is it 2-on-2 in 1 round?
Yep.
Jack and First Lady versus Pharaoh and Small.
I can't confirm, but that's just
He
what.
said, I can't deny nor confirm.
I cannot deny or confirm.
Fonz, you beat this. I'm sorry.
Is that the main event?
Bonds near the top 10.
No, the main event is a 2-on-2.
You gotta beat 40. You need this. 40, you need this to catch Jazz. Like, this is a big battle.
Jazz.
Jazz
only got one battle in this year.
No, she got more than one. She got 2. Jazz got 3. Jazz got Geek. Hold on. Don't expose yourself. Don't expose yourself. Wow. Do not expose yourself. She got 3.
She got one solo battle.
No, she got 2.
Bro, what is happening right now?
Hold on. Y'all better slow down. Y'all better hit the Googles.
Why does 40 need this?
Hit the Googles. Hit the Googles right now.
Explain that to me.
You know what? At the end of the day, none of these guys are on the Wody panel. None of y'all's on the Wody panel. Go ahead. My fault. Go ahead. Y'all good. None of y'all. CC would have got this right. CC would have got this right off rip.
Hold on, bro.
It wouldn't be a question with CC. Shout out to CC. Go ahead, though.
We speak plainly, huh?
Yeah, slow down a little bit. Just a little bit.
Jazz got 2 2-on-2s this year. She got the battle with
Geechi Gotti, main stage, main event. Go ahead.
Terrible battle.
That she arguably won. So
Okay, so
The
40
votes gave her
bars.
or the battle?
Hold on, 40 bars. She caught a body on QB at the beginning of the year.
Chrome 23, talk about
Dre
it.
Dennis
And she beat Dre Dennis.
and a 1-rounder. Right, she beat Dre Dennis. Okay, so
So, yeah, she do need this battle versus
40 bucks. Jazz beat Geechi Gotti, bro. I'm sorry.
The
You can tell me
votes she
about
got, she
body.
won on 2 different votes. LTBR vote as well.
She beat Geechi Gotti.
That
And
battle is
hold on,
debatable,
didn't it?
and it is not very good.
No, it's not the
40 got another battle.
arguably beat him.
40 has 3 battles this year, y'all.
Wait a
She had
minute.
another.
40? What was up?
40 has 3 battles this year?
Hold on, I believe so. Hold on, let me go pull it up.
40 been quiet.
She's supposed to battle Coffee, and I kind of
Yeah, that
hold
one
points
didn't
against
go
her
down.
for that.
That's the
Yeah,
one
I
that
kind of
didn't
hold some
go.
points against her for that. I'm not gonna lie.
I just didn't
Corner's
have
a big
that.
reason that hurts her case.
I just wanted to say points from her for that.
I'm not going to say like handed as a loss, but the way that all went down, especially the promo the night before, there was a lot of shit talking that was leading to be a main stage super duper matchup, and then she just decided not to perform her material. And at the end of the day, while I'm a big believer in mental health, I'm actually a psychology major, but you do have a job, you signed a contract, and you were taking liberties the night before to not go up there and perform. I can't just say that that's just something that doesn't go towards your case.
Yo, let me tell you what happened with that battle, yo. I think that day, I forget what event that was, but I got the pay-per-view. We spent the $40. You know what I'm saying? I think it was about $40. I'm getting ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Just waiting to wait. That's the battle I want to see. Shout out to the rest of the card. Get my Shake Shack and everything. I'm smiling. Getting ready. Like, yeah, here we go. Then as the time was going on, I'm like, what the fuck the battle at? Come on, I Uber Eats some Shake Shack. Shit was $25. And I was tight.
It's the same card when
Yeah.
the John from Philly from Gutter City was supposed to battle when she battled what's Shorty's name, bro?
The girl from Queens.
Hold on.
Yeah, she down with Easy the Black.
Eliza versus Hope Trilly.
Yeah,
That's that card, right?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. I was tight that day.
But I mean, to finish the argument, right? So Jazz, it's not debatable that she beat Geechi. It was voted on.
It's very debatable.
She beat Geechi. That's not debatable. If it's voted on, it's decided.
But because again, we think about this. It's Kings versus Queens, where they kind of use the caffeine votes. Right. So it's still a little controversy behind that too, because everybody left that day at the event. They left like, okay, the event is over, whatever it is. People exited the stream, and they only got a little bit of votes. Right. So that's the only controversy that people can say, oh, it's debatable, because with the votes, like, yo, they only got 700 apiece. At the rest of the night, the niggas had 5,000, 6,000 votes apiece. Now it's like, yo, we can't use this. Facts. But at the end of the day, technically, she still won, though.
That's what I'm saying. That's
technically.
I didn't even think of the votes like that.
I'm saying Jazz won. I had Geechi winning the battle. So I'm not showing any bias in this. I'm just going by what really happened. I got to go by that when I write this stuff down.
The same sentiments for me.
You look at what she did in the 2-on-2 where they beat the dog shit. No offense. I love Jade. I love Stings. They beat the dog shit out you. Her and
rounder.
And Cash.
Hold up.
And then you got this other 2-on-2.
they debatably lost.
No, I ain't gonna lie, they got.
Hold on, Geechi Gotti pulled up.
I had Jazz an official win in 2-1.
Hold up.
Hold up. Right?
No, I had Jazz.
No, at the end of the battle.
I had Jazz an official winning the first round.
I'm not gonna hold you. The consensus is that they lost that battle though. So
yeah,
you got Jazz, you know, in a win against Geechi, right? You got a win with Lou Castro and against Jay.
Okay, now let me stop you right there. Hold on, before you keep going, let me stop you right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's they both had they both had a 3-round battle, right up to that point, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not mistaken, we count 2-on-2s like we do 1-rounders, correct?
No, that was a 1-rounder though.
No, I'm saying Jazz and Castro had
2-on-2 was a 1 round.
Exactly.
It was a 1 round.
That's what I'm saying. We count like a 1-rounder. Now, if you remember when Jazz and Official battled Funeral, what was the word that came out of the venue that night from the people that attended?
Battle of the Night.
Battle of the Night.
And they lost. And
that's not even the point.
Not exactly.
That's not the point I'm trying to make. We talking about the quality of the battle and how good the battle was. You got to pick a winner.
It's a good
or at
battle.
least
let's look at it like this. All right, look at it. I mean, them having battle of the night doesn't count towards like what she did though. Like I don't
make
like
it any
like
less.
Look at it like this. I'm not saying it's any less. So why are we saying that 40 got to catch up? I don't understand this. 40 has a clear body in the 3-round. In the 3-round, one versus one, 40 has a body. 40 has a body. Jazz barely made it.
You can't do barely when it's voted on, man.
She barely made it.
You can when they take 30 minutes to drop the vote and shit, though. You can.
If you
that voting was kind of late.
Factor in the fact that they had battle of the night, then I can definitely factor in the fact 40 got a body and Jazz barely made it.
And 40 got the battle of the night that night too.
No, she didn't. She got body.
Hold on, like no disrespect. Because they've been having this conversation every year for champion, every year, like specifically the K-Shine year, about what matters more. Is it having great battles and debatable wins in great battles, or having bodies? Because it's very it's impossible to have a body and a debatable it doesn't make any sense.
In one battle, you can't do that.
That's what I'm saying. So I would argue, and I don't think it's controversial to say that having a voted on / debatable win over Geechi is more valuable than having a body over 80% of other battle rappers.
Well, technically, 40.
Oh, hold on, real fast. We got Geechi Gotti in the comment section. Executives, what do you want to do right now? Geechi Gotti is here.
I mean, I'm good. Go ahead, bro.
We bringing him up.
Bring him up.
He was
and 40 versus QB was judged as well. In case y'all don't know that.
No, what's it called? Now back to Damn I'm Wild. Like I also have Geechi in that battle, but regardless of how I feel personally, right? The votes say that Jazz won. So battle against on a huge stage. On a huge stage.
Oh man,
I think that matters more. I take that. Like give it a buck.
Nah, it do mean more.
Hey yo,
champion. Thank you for watching. And for more exclusive content and to be a part of the process, please subscribe to the Champion Gold Patreon. Salute. Shake my hand.
They tryna handle the wave, I can show them. I get my brothers paid like I owe them. Go crazy with a couple K's like I'm owed them. These haters in my face like I know them. Snakes all up in the grass till I'm on them. If they ain't in my clique, I don't bro 'em. My circle is tight knit like a